This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska.
Hello and welcome back to News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. I'm your evening host, Mike Flood, and I don't even know what day this is. This is day number 38 or something like that. We've had a lot of shows, a lot of days of lockdown, and we're enjoying our time together each and every night. Going to start out with just a couple of items. Tonight we've got a great show for you. Joe Cockson is here from Bellwood, Nebraska, and he's played all over much of eastern Nebraska, and he's going to be entertaining us tonight with his two different guitars. His wife Lois is with us, and although she won't be on stage, she's got her own speaker just for her. We just set it up a moment ago. So we're enjoying having her and him with us. Got a great week of music. If you are looking for things to do this week, I know some of the restrictions, according to Governor Ricketts, are starting to get amended each and every day. I know that I've got three happy kids here running cameras tonight for News Channel Nebraska that are looking forward to the June 1st availability to play some baseball at the Little League and in their baseball leagues all over the state of Nebraska, which means I might either have to find some new camera operators or we're going to figure out the future of our show because the governor today made a very, very, very big announcement. All right, well, we've got something exciting we want to start with tonight. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors, University of Nebraska Medical Center. They have been here from day one, a huge part of the success of this show, and obviously they've got a lot of other very important things going on right now, so we appreciate their sponsorship. Also want to thank Black Hills Energy. Now, as we have grown our show, we found that we need a little extra help, and I'm going to show you a picture of the lady behind the scenes that has made so much of the logistics happen. I don't know if we have her photo ready to go, but this is Angie Stinger. Angie has been with News Channel Nebraska and US 92 Radio since 2000. She has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to schedule the bands, to answer questions, to help find talent, and to talk to people, and she is an absolute delight. She married a guy from Lindsay. She's originally from Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and she's lived in Nebraska for 20 years, but you'd think she'd going on 60 years in Nebraska. She knows way more people than anybody that's actually been born here. She is a light and a wonderful person, and we want to extend our gratitude to her. She's not going anywhere with the company. She's just, it got to be a lot with quarantine tonight, so she's back to a regular day job with News Channel Nebraska, and we hired an intern. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to recognize this here. This is Jameson Bretman. You might step up to that. He is going to be a broadcaster. Jameson is the lead singer of the Happy Players, the high school age, well, college age now, band from Fremont, Nebraska, the polka band that played here. He was so impressive on and off stage when he was here with his brother and the other band members. And tell everybody what you're going to UNO for your degree.
I'm going to UNO for music entrepreneurship.
So when I heard music entrepreneurship, I said, this is the guy that can take Angie's Quarantine Tonight responsibilities over. And he comes dressed like this his first day of work, ladies and gentlemen. You don't find that anymore. He is dressed to the nines. Jameson, so you're balancing this job with two jobs because you've also got a job at the Fremont Hy-Vee.
Yes, that's correct.
Nothing against Hy-Vee, but which job is going to be more fun?
You know what? I'm gonna say this one. You know, I love the
nothing
people.
Against the produce aisle.
Nothing against.
But
being
you're
a
a music man.
Yeah, and I love the people at Hy-Vee. You know, they're good people. They've been able to work with me a lot with all the gigs that I've had and all the stuff I've had to do and this, and they're very flexible. So I appreciate that, but I also very much appreciate this.
He is going to be a rock star, and I think we're going to have to find a way to get you on the radio. Jameson you like me, you like to talk a little bit. You've got you wear that suit coat. You belong on television, my friend. Tell me about this.
I originally had this made for prom my senior year of high school. I went into the place and I was looking at jackets, and I'm like, these are all too like normal. Give me
And where was the place you went?
Samters, downtown Fremont, Samters.
Okay.
And nice people there. And they gave me the thing, and I'm like, normal, this one's plain. You see these every day. And then there's about these 3 colors, and I'm like, hey, what's that? And they're like, that's electric blue. And I'm like, brother, sign me up.
We need more of you, Jameson. This is going to be a match made in heaven, you and News Channel Nebraska. You said you wanted to be a meteorologist at one time.
I did, but that won't happen. I have a major fear of storms, which is originally why I was going to do it. And then I'm like, no, I wanted to be a lot of things at one point, but eventually my life just all led to music.
Well, that's good. If you're afraid of the tornado warning, I'd say that's going to convey across all the viewers, right? Yeah. So we'll find other opportunities in broadcasting than weather for you. Well, Jameson, welcome to the program. Welcome to the station, and we hope to not only have you work here, but maybe we'll get you to play again, and you're going to be helping with this show, right?
Yes, that's correct.
You are employee number 1 of Quarantine Tonight.
All right.
Well, I know actually you're employee number 4 because I got 3 of my own kids.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you're intern number 1. Yeah. You're intern number 1. All
Perfect.
Right. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Jameson Bretman, thank you and welcome to the show. Thank you, Jameson.
Thank you.
Now, here's the rule. You got to take your own microphone off with you.
Oh,
Yeah, just take it on off there. Thank you. All right, isn't this going to be fun? Isn't he delightful? I tell you what, it's time now for our evening prayer. We've got Father Jaworski from Falls City Sacred Heart Catholic Church for tonight's prayer.
Hello, my name is Father Lee Jarofsky, and I am Chief Administrative Officer at Falls City Sacred Heart Catholic High School in Falls City, Nebraska, and also in residence at Saints Peter and Paul Parish. During this Easter season, we reflect on the gift of the resurrection of our Savior, who suffered, died, and rose again for our sins. And in this depiction of the resurrection and ascension of our Lord, we too raise our minds and hearts to heavenly things. Music and the arts give us an opportunity to raise our minds and hearts with our Lord, to escape from the troubles of this world and to focus on heavenly things. I hope that you enjoy this production of Quarantine Tonight and allow yourselves the opportunity to escape for a little bit. And so let us join in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gifts that you give to us, especially the gift of your Son. We ask that you give us the strength and courage to bear our troubles during this time, but also to raise all of our minds, hearts, and thoughts to you as we enjoy this time together. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our prime performer here tonight. Joe Cockson is with us. Joe is from Bellwood, Nebraska, and you brought your wife Loris tonight? That must be your manager.
That's correct.
In more ways than one, right? Joe, tell us, you perform all over, from Grand Island to Omaha. What is your style?
I actually do a wide variety of stuff. I do some old country, some 60s, a few originals, some 70s.
So he grew up in Bellwood, ended up at David City High School.
Right.
And you've stayed in Bellwood.
Other than about 11 years, I lived by Schuyler. That's where my job was for
my
real job.
You just went to the other side of the
other side of the river for a while.
Other side of the river for a little while, and now you're back in Bellwood. And
yes.
What I'm excited about tonight is some of those early '60s songs that I know you have in set number 3. We haven't gotten a lot of '60s music, and you're going to play some of that. And you kind of started with that, I would think.
Yeah, that's where I grew up in the '60s, listening to all that, some of the great music here, and seeing the British invasion bands come over. And
because your mom was a piano teacher.
She was.
And she wanted you to learn the piano, and then the Beatles showed up, and they were out.
That was it. I wanted to become a Beatle.
Did you get your hair grown out long like everybody else?
Eventually. We had a little Beatles lip sync band back in the 60s before anybody knew what lip sync was.
Oh, did you?
One of the kids had a colic in his hair, and he had blonde hair, so he had to wear a Beatles wig.
Did he?
We played to the records and act like we were really playing, and then.
Well, we appreciate you being here tonight. We're looking forward to your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Cockson. You're watching News Channel Nebraska Quarantine Tonight, brought to you by the University of Nebraska Medical Center. It's all yours, Joe.
Start things off with a little bit of country flavor, and this is first 2 songs are rodeo songs, actually. First one's about a guy that falls in love with a young girl. And her parents don't want their young girl with any rodeo cowboy. A song called Someday Soon. Well, there's a young girl that I know. She just turned 21. She comes from down in southern Colorado. I just got out of the service and I'm looking for some fun. Someday soon, I'm going with her someday soon. Her parents cannot stand me 'cause I work the rodeo. They said that he's the kind to leave you crying, but I know she'll follow me down any road I go. Someday soon, I'm going with her someday soon. When I visit her, her pa ain't got one good word to say. It's because he was just as wild back in his younger days. So blow you, oh blue northern, blow me on my way. I'm driving back from California. I love this rodeo as much as I love her. Someday soon, I'm going with her someday soon. And when I visit her, her pa ain't got one good word to say. It's because he was just as wild back in his younger days. So blow you, oh blue northern, blow me on my way. I'm driving back from California. Love this damned old rodeo as much as I love her. Someday soon, I'm going with her. Someday soon, someday soon, I'm going with her. Someday soon. Well, thank you. As I said, I was going to start things off with 2 rodeo songs. This is one guy really has trouble in this second verse. He loses his wife, his girlfriend, somebody steals his saddle, and he breaks his leg all in one verse. I don't know if the girlfriend stole the saddle and the wife broke his leg or what happened, but it's a song called Amarillo by Morning. Old George Strait. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. Well, everything that I've got is just what I've got on. When the sun is high in the Texas sky, I'll be bucking at the county fair. And Amarillo by morning, Amarillo, I'll be there. They stole my saddle in Houston, broke my leg in Santa Fe. I lost my wife and a girlfriend somewhere along the way. And I'll be looking for 8 when they pull that gate, and I'm hoping the judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's on my mind. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. Well, everything that I've got is just what I've got on. And I ain't got a dime, but what I got is mine. I ain't rich, but Lord, I'm free. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's where I'll be. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo's where I'll be. Thank you. This next one, Glenn Campbell had a hit with. One called Gentle on My Mind. Well, it's known that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's known I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds, the work days that are drawn upon some line. You croaks by the rivers of my memory that keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on some columns now that bind me. Something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. And it's known that the world will not be cursing or forgiven if I walk along those railroad tracks and find that you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, smiling ever gentle on my mind. Oh, the wheat fields and the clotheslines, the junkyards and the highways come between us. Some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned was gone. Well, I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. not to where I cannot see you, walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. Oh, I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. The beer down and the roll cow, gonna blow across my face. Through cup tins round the tin can, pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, smiling ever gentle on my mind. Yeah, you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, smiling ever gentle on my mind. Thank you much. This next song, when I first heard it, I was about high school age or maybe just out of high school. And it was done by B.J. Thomas. I remember doing it. And then I found out it was a Hank Williams song. I always tell a little story. When I was born 2 weeks before Hank died. So we weren't on this earth too much together. I've kind of become a big Hank Williams fan. This is one of my favorite songs of his. Did you hear the lonesome whippoorwill who sounds too blue to fly? The midnight train is winding low, and I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you ever see a night so long when time goes crawling by? The moon just went behind a cloud, and I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you ever see a robin weep as leaves began to die? That means he's lost his will to live, and I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a fallen star lights up a purple night. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Yeah, I could cry, I could cry. I could cry, I could cry.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Cockson from Bellwood, Nebraska. I came on stage the wrong way here. Joe, that was great. You perform all over the place, from Omaha to Grand Island. What's your favorite setting to perform in?
A winery.
A winery. Now, where do you do that at? What winery?
The one I go the most to is called Junto. It's down east of Seward, between Seward and Lincoln.
Oh, wow. Well, the other thing you were telling me is that around Bellwood, there's 2 bars that are kind of just right out in the country, not around anything else. And one's in an old schoolhouse called District 10.
District 10.
And where's
Just
that at?
Right down in my neighborhood. It's southeast of Schuyler, on the south side of the Platte River, between Schuyler and Linwood.
Okay.
The lady turned an old one-room schoolhouse into a bar.
And so on a Friday night, cars come from
Sunday afternoons.
Sunday afternoon. All right. And then there's another one you said south of Columbus.
That's southwest of Columbus. It's called Lone Star. It's been there for years, but they just started having music every Sunday there.
Now, I know where the 7 Mile Mini Mart is.
Yeah.
It's just
3 miles west of there.
3 miles west of there.
And it's all paved there.
Can you even turn west of
They're
there?
famous for their homemade pizzas there. Great, huge pizzas.
I had no idea. See, we're learning here on this program. Joe Cockson is our performer tonight. We thank you so much for watching. A couple things I want to just let you know. We have a whopper of a show tomorrow night too. We have a jazz singer coming. I'm going to tell you more about it, with a band from Omaha to our undisclosed location. It is going to be a fantastic show tomorrow night. And you're going to hear a lot of songs that you haven't heard yet on Quarantine Tonight. And I think with Joe, we're going to hear some songs we haven't heard tonight, which you're really going to enjoy, especially from the early 60s. And then good news for our polka fans. We have the Angie Creech Band coming back. Now, some would say Angie Kriz, K-R-I-Z, but I think I'm saying it right. There's a debate here on the set about what the actual pronunciation is. But she and the Polka Tunes are coming back on Wednesday night. We're going to have polka. Thursday, we have Katie Lynn and the Corkers. They're a band from southern Madison County and spread all over much of northeast Nebraska. And then on Friday night, we have Mark Villadal, but it's not polka. He's got a select number of people on his band that are coming back, and they're going to perform songs that are not polka. So our polka night will be Wednesday this week, with a special performance by Mark Villadal, with some newer and more maybe contemporary music. I'll tell you what, we are going to take a quick break. It's 8:26, 7:26 in the Mountain Time Zone. We're going to take a break, check the news, the weather, and then more of Joe Cockson right here on News Channel Nebraska. Let's send it back to the studio for an update on news. Welcome back to News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. As you might have just seen there in that last commercial break, we have a very exciting program that really gets going tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock Central. We have bingo, brought to you by Black Hills Energy. Here's how it works. It literally is connected to your computer. So if you're at home, you have a tablet, iPad, or just a desktop computer, go to our website at newschannelnebraska.com and click on Play Bingo. Fill out the card, and then tomorrow at 4 o'clock, or you can do it right before 4 o'clock tomorrow, or right at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We'll start with news. We'll introduce the whole concept, and if your computer's on and you've signed up for bingo, a card will pop on your screen if you're on that tab of our website. We'll call out the numbers. You'll see a link on your screen now. You can go to NCN Bingo, but you got to go to our website first to be able to get it. So if you type in ncn.bingo, that's not going to take you anywhere. But you will have to go to newschannelnebraska.com and then get to NCN Bingo, and then what's his name now? Oh, Chip Poker, that's right. Chip Poker will be calling the balls, and I will be there just to try and keep the car on the 2 lanes and not in the ditch for the whole program. And it'll go from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and we've got these nice T-shirts that you can win if you want to play bingo. So if you've been missing bingo, we have a plan. Now, I can't guarantee it's going to work. Worked the first time, but you know how it works. We got like 4 or 5 different systems we have to get going. Later on this hour, we're going to do Mike's mailbag. We've got some really nice letters. We had some Mother's Day letters. The ones that we were allowed to read by our viewers, we'll read those. Of course, the ones when you send us a letter and say, don't read it on the air, we don't. But just in case you need it, here's that. This is not our website. This is a physical address. I know they don't use those anymore. This is where you can send a written letter to. One of the letters said today, I don't think I've read or wrote a letter for years. Then she smiley faced me. 214 North 7th Street in Norfolk, 68701. All right, Joe Cockson is here. He's from Bellwood, Nebraska. Now, I got to ask you about one of your, in my opinion, famous residents. His name is Loren Schmidt.
Know him well.
Know him well.
His
Now,
son is a good friend of mine.
now, Loren was a state senator, like going back to the 60s.
Sure.
He was a state senator, and he served as a state senator for a long time. I know his daughter, Julie. You know his son.
Yeah, I know most of the family.
Okay, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Schmidts.
Yep.
I know his wife passed away last year, and I bring this up because, and maybe I can find this picture. The local parish priest was going through Bellwood, and there's a picture of Loren on his knees, kneeling. The priest was walking down the street or driving down the street, and
That was Palm Sunday.
And I think
Yeah.
Loren was receiving communion, or maybe it was his palm, right there in the middle of the street. Here he is in his 90s, and the
Sure.
man's
They
kneeling
went
down.
right by Lauren's house. And
Oh, yeah.
They went clear through the little town of Bellwood with the procession.
That's
day.
why you live in a small town.
Sure.
That's what you sign up for, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
I'm going to find that picture, and I'm going to put it up here in just a little bit. All right, Joe Cockson, well, you've got a couple originals. This next one you're going to sing is one that you wrote. Tell me about it.
This was kind of after I retired. I was sitting home during the winter. I retired first of the year, so it was cold and
Yeah.
didn't have any more mail to deliver. And sat there. I thought, I should write some songs, So this was one of them I wrote, kind of.
Is this
About
winter
sticking
you wrote
around Nebraska, You think sometimes, well, maybe I should have left the state, but
it? Go to warmer weather?
I've always been happier here, and especially with the people I know.
Well, that's right. Let's
And,
do it. What's it called?
It's called Just For You.
Just for
It
you.
goes out to Lois over there.
Oh, this is to Lois. And Lois, nice to have you in our studio audience of one. You're watching News Channel Nebraska Quarantine Tonight with Joe Cockson.
When the sun goes down this evening in this old Nebraska town, I find myself a-wondering just why I've stayed around. Ooh, just for you. Ooh, just for you. If I wandered out tomorrow and leave this all behind, I probably wouldn't be better off. You'd still be on my mind. Ooh, just for you. Ooh, just for you. When I think of all the places that I've never been, would it all be better if I had to start again? Girl, I'm not complaining. I'm just a happy man. Not having lots of changes, just happy with what I have. Ooh, just for you. Ooh, because of you. It's just for you. This is just for you. Thank you. And this next one is kind of a song. I got the idea from it when you go into restaurants and people are sitting there not talking to each other. And Mike had mentioned earlier about a lady that just wrote in and said she hadn't written a letter in years. You know, things are changing where people are texting and sending emails now instead of doing it the old-fashioned way. This is a song called Where Did It Go? I walked into the room and no one said hello. They're all just sitting there staring at the phone. Where did it go? Where did it go? You have 300 friends trapped there in that device, but you meet them on the street, they seem as cold as ice. Where did it go? Where did it go? I don't know. Wish I was out of here driving down a country road, watching the sun go down and singing with the radio. I love those simpler times, getting letters seems so nice. I was talking on the phone, not texting some device. Where did it go? Where did it go? I don't know. Wish I was out of here driving down a gravel road, sipping on a nice cold beer and grooving on the radio. I walked into the room and no one said hello. They're all just sitting there staring at the phone. Where did it go? I don't know. Where did it go? Where did it go? Thank you. This next song is probably the oldest song I'm going to do, definitely tonight. Goes back 81 years ago, The Wizard of Oz came out. That's where this song originated, one called Over the Rainbow. Well, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. And somewhere over the rainbow, the skies are blue, the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, and troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney top. Find me somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, if birds fly over the rainbow, why? Tell me why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why? Tell me why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Thank you. I always liked them flying monkeys in that movie. Kind of terrifying when you're a little kid, but every spring we'd look forward to The Wizard of Oz coming on one of our 3 channels, and that was kind of fun. Next song, I heard Neil Diamond revise his Sweet Caroline song when all this quarantine stuff come out. Well, I had to take it a little farther. I changed every line in the song, and I called the song Please Sanitize. So I'm going to do this, just original lyrics and Neil's music on this one. Where it began, they say it came from China. How did we know it'd come along? Now we stay home after they quarantined us. Where will it end? Nobody knows. Hands, wash your hands. Freaking out. Don't touch me, I won't touch you. Sanitize. Lysol never smelled so good. I've been advised, don't leave home, you know it wouldn't be wise. All we can do is look in the refrigerator, see if there's stuff to make us through. Watching TV, if we had snacks, we ate them. Praying to God this is over soon. Hands, wash your hands. Freaking out. Don't touch me, won't touch you. Please sanitize. Lysol never seems so good. I've been advised, stay at home, you know it would be why.
Very nice. Joe Cockson, my 10-year-old just says, you got to give it to him. That's a clever song, Dad. That's a clever song. Yeah, that is clever. When you start hearing it and you're like, oh, of course those are the lyrics. And you get to all that. Thank you very much. This is Joe Cockson. He is from Bellwood, Nebraska. And before this set, we were talking about a mutual friend of ours, Lauren Schmidt, who on Palm Sunday was one of the folks in a photo that was seen kneeling, receiving communion during this time of social distancing. And then I was just looking back through the notes. You were taking pictures downtown Bellwood same day.
My wife's a picture taker. Yeah.
Oh, is this your wife's picture maybe? Okay, well let's do this. Let's put this on the phone here, on the TV. You can see in the picture
she
on the
has it
right.
there.
Yeah, we have it right there.
She might not have had his picture, but
yeah. Okay, so
she
there.
had some of the ones that were taken downtown.
There's the priest there on the right. Then you can see on the left, all the way back towards that silver car. That's Lawrence Schmidt. He is in his 90s, I believe, and is a goer and a doer. And I would say if there was a father of ethanol in Nebraska, it would be Lawrence Schmidt, Senator Lawrence Schmidt. He used to run around with a guy named John DeCamp, who was a crazy guy from Neely in the legislature. Yeah. We just turn them out up here, and we got some good ones. So I thought we'd put that picture up there. A couple things here I want to do. The News Channel Nebraska mailbag. We have been getting letters from folks, and those that say, hey, go ahead and read this on the air. They don't say it, we put it on the air. If you send us a letter and you say, do not read this in the air, we take it very seriously. We don't. But let's go through some of our letters that we've gotten here just to give you an idea of who's watching around the state of Nebraska. We get them from all over, from McCook to Alliance and everywhere else. And we call it Mike's Mailbag. Let's find out who's watching tonight on News Channel Nebraska. This is from Butte, Nebraska. Joe and Mary Jo Hastert. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, we have enjoyed the daily mass that you have broadcast. We love to watch each evening the music from local people that you have aired. During the sports season, we enjoy the football, volleyball, basketball. I wonder if we'll be able to do that next year. Keeping up with local news and weather is great. Thank you very much, Joe and Mary Jo from Butte. Nice to have you. Karen and Larry Wright from Meadow Grove, thank you so much for all the entertainment you are sending our way. You have helped take the everyday concerns away. Keep it up, love it, especially the Prodigal Sons and the polka music. We just had Prodigal Sons last Thursday, and we have polka music this Wednesday with the Andrew Creed Band. So hopefully I'm saying that right. Here is a neat one from Laura Rubeck in Columbus. Reaching out as my folks are ardent viewers of Quarantine Tonight. They never miss a broadcast. Given the unique time in history we are in, coupled with my mother's passion for NCN, we made her a Mother's Day card. She'll always remember one featuring your episode announcement with the phrase, Happy Mother's Day, edited in the banner. She was incredibly surprised and excited to get a one-of-a-kind Quarantine Tonight card. We thought we'd pass this special photo of our mom, Susan Rubeck from Columbus, Nebraska, because even if we can't all be together right now, we're finding ways to make times like this unique and special. Let's show you the photo here. Look at this. This is mom there with her Mother's Day card. How nice of her, and I know she's watching tonight in Columbus. Thank you to the Rubecks for that very nice picture. Oh my gosh, that's me on there. There it says, Happy Mother's Day, News Channel Nebraska. Well, thank you very much for watching our program in Columbus. We are having a lot of fun doing it, and a lot of our artists seem to come from Columbus, and now we're reaching out into Bellwood. Something about that loop in the Platte River along the banks of the city of Columbus there. Tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We've got more with Joe Cockson. Coming up, we've got 60s and 70s music on the way, more 60s. You're going to enjoy this. These were the songs that Joe listened to when he was probably at David City High School in the mid-60s and earlier 60s. We'll be right back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Well, welcome back to Quarantine Tonight, our nightly variety program on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by the University of Nebraska Medical Center. I've got my youngest cameraman here. He took off a night on Friday, his first real full night off. Well, his second one, I guess. He had a sleepover at his friend's house, and you appreciated the night off, didn't you, Blake?
Yes, I did.
You loved you're too old to be worrying about work, but yeah, he was so happy to be off work. And this week, I just hear that you're going to get off school. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you have all your stuff done?
Kind of, maybe.
What does that mean? Does that mean you still have a lot of homework to go?
Well, yeah, I have like 3 days more.
What if we did summer school? What if we signed up? There are programs out there where we could sign up and you could just check in. Now that you're used to learning at home, why take a 3-month break, Blake? Shouldn't we just keep going?
I was just going to summer camp.
You're going to go to summer camp? Look at this hair. This is the week. The governor says we can get our hair cut this week. Show him the back here. You're growing a tail. Like literally, he's growing a tail in the back of his, he's got his mother's fine hair. Look at that. It doesn't mean that it's girl's hair. It just means that you get that from your mom's side of the family. But you're doing a good job, Blake, and we're hoping that you could do this job for another 3 months until you go to school. Is that okay?
No, it's not.
Baseball. Oh, that's right. Baseball starts after June 1st. Did you hear what the governor said today?
Yeah, you just told me
Yeah. What does that mean?
that I could play baseball.
Well, what would you rather do, baseball or be the cameraman for Quarantine Tonight?
I think I'd do baseball.
What about the money? What about the money? Aren't you going to miss the money?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Blake. All right, Joe. You got grandkids?
Yeah,
Where are they all at?
they're all in the Omaha area.
Okay. How old?
They're anywhere from 21 to 6.
Oh, you got them all over the
Yeah.
place. Yeah. How many total?
They're 7.
7. Oh, that's fun. So you're probably on the highway a lot to Omaha.
We were till this happened. Now
Yeah,
we gotta stay outside when we go.
Now you got to look at the kids through the car window, probably.
Yeah, or they came out and were in the yard for a while, and we're hoping for some nice days so we can have some more of that stuff.
Oh, it's going to get hard if we don't get to see people, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, you've got some 60s tunes here, and you promised a little bit of Elvis.
I'll
because
do an Elvis one for you.
There's a lot of our viewers that want to see the king of rock and roll.
Okay.
But you got to do the whole hip thing and all that stuff.
Well, it's actually a slow one. So
I just heard your wife Lois laugh
when
audibly.
you're my age, you can't move too fast.
All right, Joe Cockson, he's with us tonight on News Channel Nebraska. This is Quarantine Tonight.
There's a kind of hush all over the world, and tonight all over the world you can hear the sounds of lovers in love. Don't you know what I mean? Just the two of us. There's nobody else inside. There's nobody else. Just a feeling good, a holding you tight. So listen very carefully. Come closer now and you will see what I mean. It isn't a dream. The only sounds that you would hear is when I whisper in your ear, I love you. Forever and ever. There's a kind of hush all over the world, and tonight all over the world people just like us are falling in love. La 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 la. So listen very carefully. Come closer now and you will see what I mean. It isn't a dream. The only sounds that you will hear is when I whisper in your ear, I love you. Forever and ever. There's a kind of hush all over the world, and tonight all over the world people just like us are falling in love. Hush, they're falling in love. Hush, they're falling in love. Sung by Herman's Hermits there for you. This one was done by Johnny Rivers. Song called Summer Rain. Summer rain, it taps at my window. West wind blowing soft as a sweet dream. Our love warm as the sunshine. sitting here by me. She's here by me. She stepped out of a rainbow, gold hair flowing like moon glow, warm lips soft as a soul. She's here by me. She's sitting here by me. Well, all summer long we danced together in the sand, while every jukebox kept on playing Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We sailed into the sunset, drifted home and caught by a Gulf Stream. Never gave a thought to tomorrow, just let tomorrow be. Just let tomorrow be. She wants to live in the Rockies, that's where she said she'd find peace. Settle down and raise up a family, we'll have a home we can call our own. Well, all summer we danced together in the sand, while every jukebox kept on playing Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Winter snow drifts in my window, north wind howling like thunder. Our love warm as a fire, sitting here by me. Sitting here by me. Well, she's here by me. Johnny Rivers song. Thank you. It's time to do a little patriotic song. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet, whose stern in passion stress a thoroughfare for freedom be across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thy every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, May God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. God bless America. Now on with some more 60s for you. This one's called Love Potion Number 9. I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know, the gypsy with the gold cap tooth. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. She's selling little bottles of Love Potion Number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1966. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is Love Potion Number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. Then when I kissed the cop down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion Number 9. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. And when I kissed the cop down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion Number 9. Love Potion Number 9. Love Potion Number 9. Love Potion Number 9. Thank you. We had a request for an Elvis song, so I'm going to do that. I've kind of got out of practice playing some of my songs because I've had most of my job shut down lately, but I'm going to try this anyway. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Joe Cockson on News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. Oh, you did the Elvis one.
I did.
There's a little extra time. You could throw another Elvis on if you've got a ton of them.
I don't have another Elvis. I don't have the words to it here.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing I respect so much about artists is, like it's enough for me just to remember a date or, something that comes up. But if you sing and you perform, everybody comes up to you with all these songs. And it's amazing how many artists can just belt out all these different songs and you remember every single verse. Is that something you practice or?
Well, no, it's just repetition, I think. Cause,
is that a lot of hours listening to the radio?
I did that one as a mailman. Actually, I had Sirius Radio. I'd tune in to 60s on 6 a lot.
Joe, let's not be talking about Sirius Radio.
Sorry.
I'm a radio station man. That's like bringing up the competitor.
When I wasn't listening to US 92.
That's right. Well, there's all sorts of options out there. But no, so you get that 60s music, and you probably just prowled all over Butler County.
No, it was actually Colfax County.
Colfax County.
Yeah.
Listening to the music, and I remember covering a story one time. You remember when they had that suspect, that guy that was convicted? He was bombing mailboxes in the form of a smiley face.
Yeah.
And I was working on doing a story about that, and I was outside of Battle Creek, Nebraska, and I had been scoping out the mailman, the rural mail carrier, woman actually, and I was waiting to go get my video of her delivering the mail to tell my story on TV.
Sure.
And so I was sitting there with a friend of mine. His name was Terry, and we'd sat there for like 30 minutes waiting for her to come out with her mail. And she gets in the car, and she leaves the post office in Battle Creek, and him and I were debating which way she was going to go, kind of jacking around in the car, and she must have known we were tailing her because she lost us like on one county road outside of Battle Creek, and I couldn't get over it. I was like,
Was it dusty?
I was like, how can she evade us? Like, she totally skipped town, but rural mail carriers, those back roads like no one else.
Yeah, it was every day, the same turns and everything. So.
Same turns, yeah. You probably still remember the addresses.
Some of them I do, yeah.
Yeah. So some people, you're the only face they see during the day, just working away.
A lot of times they just see your car when you're a rural guy.
Yeah.
So.
And so here's a question. You're a rural mail carrier. Do you sit in the passenger side with your foot on the gas, driving the wheel?
I would sit almost on the passenger side. I had my mail between me and the door, and I'd drive with my left hand and my left foot on the gas and brake.
That is the craziest
easier
thing.
than it sounds.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing ever. Mm-hmm. Did your wife ever get in the back seat just go for a ride with you kind of?
I think she had to come out and rescue me a couple times. She used to drop off lunch once in a while.
Now, how long have you and Lois been together?
We've been together almost 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of performances.
Yeah.
She do any backup singing for you?
She could, but she's too shy to sing.
Oh, but she's here tonight to support you.
She'll sing to the grandkids and to God in church, but when I want her to sing, no, I can't sing. I always tell her if she was really bad, why would I want her to sing with me?
That's right. That's right. Well, you're halfway there, though, Hey, you're watching News Channel Nebraska's Quarantine Tonight. This is Joe Cockson. He's been doing a great job entertaining us. Tell us about this next set. What are we going to be hearing?
A little more 60s and maybe a little bit newer, some classic rock. And but I have plenty of 60s if
Okay.
So
Well, we look forward to that. I hope you're enjoying this at home. A reminder that we really enjoy your letters. In fact, we look forward to them each and every day. We try to share some of their contents with the people that are watching to give everybody an idea. I got a letter today from McCook, which we really appreciate, knowing that folks in McCook are watching. I got one from Sioux County. Now, there are only 500 people in Sioux County. Well, I should say there's 1,000 people in Sioux County, but we've got one ranch family that's watching us, and we appreciate them very much. You can see our address there, 214 North 7th Street in Norfolk, 68701. That is not where we are. Someday I'm going to get the chance to thank the people that made it possible for us to use their facility at this undisclosed location, because they have gone out of their way to make this easy for us. We're the ones that were asking for it, and without a place like this, we could have never have done this. We wouldn't have been able to fit your guitar in our TV station. It's just too big. But now we've got this beautiful place that Midwest Music Center was able to outfit with all these lights and sound and microphones. And thanks to these people who we will name someday when we are winding this all down, we will be sure to thank them so much. All right, our time now is 9:22. Let's get a look at that chilly forecast. I don't know who we signed up with this cold weather for. I mean, it's been going on. This is our second week, and it's chilly out there. Will it stay chilly? Well, you better watch. 70s are on the way, but it's later in the week. Jeff Fox has a look at our AccuWeather forecast. Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight at News Channel Nebraska. Again, I want to remind you, tomorrow at 4 p.m., Chip Poker is going to join us here at News Channel Nebraska, and we are going to play bingo, and you can play along at home. It's pretty easy. It seems like it would be complicated, but you go to newschannelnebraska.com and you click on Play Bingo. It should be in the upper right hand, or you can scroll it down there, and you just sign in. You've got to give us your name, your address, your T-shirt size, because that's what you win if you win it, and a number to call you at. And then all of a sudden the game starts shortly after 4 o'clock, and we'll call out the balls, and we'll see how you do. Are you a bingo player at all, Joe?
I haven't been.
Well,
I like to gamble a little, but
well, there's according to the state tax commissioner, that is not going to happen on News Channel Nebraska. There's no money to play, and there's no money to win. There's only a way to win if you get a bingo, and you don't have to put any money down to participate. So it's pretty harmless. But you know, I'm sure there's some that would miss. The bingo they play in the casinos is a little bit more fun than the bingo we play. But Joe Cockson is here, Bellwood, Nebraska. He's with his wife, Lois. And tonight, you've got another set here with some 60s music, some classic rock, and the TV station is yours.
okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Quarantine Tonight with Joe Cockson on News Channel Nebraska.
On a long, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moaning out its one-note song. You think about a woman or a girl you knew the night before. Well, your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do. You don't feel much like riding, you wish the trip was through. Here I am, I'm on the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. There I go, I'm playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant, strung out from the road. You feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. Pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Sometimes you can hear them talk, and other times you can't. It's the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? You always seem outnumbered, but you don't dare take a stand. Here I am, I'm on the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. There I go, playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, oh, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away. The sweat rolls off your body like the music that you play. Well, later in the evening, as you lie awake in bed, the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head. You smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what she said. Here I am, I'm on the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. There I go, I'm playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Well, here I am, I'm on the road again. Well, here I am, I'm up on the stage. There I go, I'm playing the star again. There I go, well, there I go. Thank you. This goes out to all of you folks listening in the small towns. I know there's a lot of you. One by John Mellencamp. Well, I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. I'll probably die in a small town, oh, my small community. All my friends are so small town. My parents live in that same small town. I got a job in the small town where there's little opportunity. Educated in a small town and taught the fear of Jesus in a small town. I used to daydream in that small town, another phone romantic, that's me. I seen it all in the small towns. I had myself a ball in the small town. I met an LA doll I brought to that small town just like me. You know, I cannot forget where it is that I come from. I can't forget the people who love me. I can be myself here in this small town where people let me be just what I wanna be. Ooh, my mama, yeah. Ooh, my mama, yeah. Got nothing against a big town. Still hayseed enough to say, see, look who's in the big town. My bed is in a small town. Oh, that's good enough for me. And I live in a small town. Well, I can breathe in a small town. I'll probably die in a small town. Oh, that's probably where they bury me. Ooh, my mama, yeah. Here's one people like to sing along with. So those of you at home, all you got to know is We had broken up for good just an hour before. And now I'm staring at the bodies that are dancing on the floor. And the band slows the tempo and the music gets you down. It was the same old song with a melancholy sound. And they don't write them like that anymore. Well, they just don't write them like that anymore. No, they don't. We had been together for 1,000,000 years. You know, it seems so strange out in these atmospheres. And then the jukebox plays a song you used to know. And now I'm staring at them bodies as they're dancing so slow. They don't write them like that anymore. Well, they just don't write them like that anymore. So I wound up staring at an empty glass. You know, it seems so easy to say forget your past. And they don't write them like that anymore. Well, they just don't write them like that anymore. Well, they just don't. No, they don't. Well, they just don't write them like that anymore. No, they don't. Song by the Greg Kinn Band. Thank you. This next song came out originally in 1960, I believe it was, by Bobby V. Then later on, several years later, a guy by the name of Leo Sayer did a version of it. A song called More Than I Can Say. Whoa, whoa, yeah. I love you more than I can say. I'll love you twice as much tomorrow. Whoa, love you more than I can say. Whoa, whoa, yeah. I miss you every single day. Why must my life be filled with sorrow? Whoa, love you more than I can say. Well, don't you know I need you so? Tell me please, I gotta know. Did you mean to make me cry? Am I just another guy? Whoa, whoa, yeah. I miss you every single day. I'll miss you twice as much tomorrow. Whoa, love you more than I can say. Don't you know I need you so? Tell me please, I gotta know. Did you mean to make me cry? Am I just another guy? Whoa, whoa, yeah. I love you more than I can say. Why must my life be filled with sorrow? Whoa, love you more than I can say. I love you twice as much tomorrow. Whoa, love you more than I can say.
Now, Joe, we should do this before we get too far in our show here, and that is tell people how they can find your music.
Okay.
And we've got an audience watching you, enjoying you right now. If somebody wants to find out more about Joe Cockson, the best thing to do is go to Facebook.
Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and I just started a Joe Cockson Music Facebook page, too. So
Oh, what a good time to go on there. So if you go on to Joe, J-O-E, Cockson, C-O-C-K-S-O-N.
they could send me a message and tell me what they...
Yeah.
You know who they are. Sometimes you don't know who's.
And he's also got several CDs here. So if somebody would like a CD, Joe Nebraska, classic rock on a 12-string, songs from Junto?
Yeah.
All right.
That one's kind of a mix, and then one's all 60s, and the other one is more of an old country and easy listening one.
Oh, yes. Well, you've done, this one has California Dreamin', Love Potion number 9. Oh, there's a lot of good ones on here. Last Kiss. I remember that one. Yeah, kind of a hush. You did that. So, yes, this is the one that would probably mirror a lot of what you've done tonight. So, if you're interested in getting Joe's music, go to Joe Cockson. It's on your screen there. It's spelled just like that. If you go to that on Facebook, you'll find him easy. Does it say Bellwood, Nebraska anywhere in there?
Not on the Facebook.
Not on the Facebook,
You might
okay.
say it on my profile or something.
But you'll find him. You'll find him. You'll see his picture on there. I just wanted to get that out before we got too close to the end of the show. It's 9:45, so we still got plenty of time left, but there we go.
I'm going to do one of them songs you mentioned. I'm going to do one by the Mamas and Papas here for you. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church I passed along the way. I got down on my knees, I pretended to pray. You know the preacher likes a cold, he knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. And all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's day. I'm California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Thank you. Do one by the group that got me started playing guitar rather than being a piano player. Still kick myself for not learning both, but one by the Beatles. I'll do my own version of In My Life for you. There are places I remember all my life, but some have changed, some for better, not forever. Some have gone and some remain. These places had their moments. We're lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living, but in life I love them all. After all those friends and lovers, there's no one compares with you. These places lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. You know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. You know I'll often stop and think about them, but in my life I love you more. You know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. You know I'll often stop and think about them, but in my life I love you more. In my life I love you more. Thank you. once the Beatles came over, there was a lot of British groups that followed them. Kind of pushed some of the American groups out of the way for a while, and there was so much good music back in the 60s. This was one of the good bands that came out. They were called the Hollies. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop, bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop, would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. That's the way the whole thing started, silly but it's true. Thinking of a sweet romance beginning in a queue. Came the sun, the ice was melting, no more sheltering now. Nice to think that that umbrella led me to a vow. Every morning I would see her waiting at the stop. Sometimes she'd shop, she would show me what she bought. All the people stared as if we were both quite insane. Someday my name and hers are going to be the same. Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. Bus stop and bus goes, she stays, love grows under my umbrella. All that summer we enjoyed it, wind and rain and shine. That umbrella we employed it, by August she was mine. Thank you. This next song was actually from an old short-lived TV show in the 60s. Johnny Rivers had the title song to it. I just added a little bit of my own introduction to this song. I'm sure you're going to recognize it once I get into it. There's a man who leads a life of danger. Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are you don't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Beware of pretty faces you will find. A pretty face may hide an evil mind. Don't let the wrong word slip while kissing persuasive lips. Odds are you don't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name. Living on the Riviera one day, lying in the Bombay alley next day. Be careful what you say, you give yourself away. Odds are you don't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away your name.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Cockson with his 12-string guitar. That's 12-string, right? Yeah. That's like playing two guitars at once, they tell me. That's great. Sounds great. What a fun song to end on there. Did you pick that one to end on, or? I
was going to do it earlier, but I kind of ran out of time.
Well, you saved it for the end. Yeah. That was a fun one. I don't know anything about the show. I recognize the song, though, and I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Cockson is from Bellwood, Nebraska. Something about Platte and Butler and Colfax County. We get a lot of you musicians out of there. Is it in the water in that town?
I don't know what it is.
Just little music people down there in the Platte Valley. We appreciate him being here. Tomorrow night, we've got an unbelievable chance for you to hear some really amazing jazz, and we're going to have one of those tall, Chad, what do they call them? The tall bass. Stand-up bass. I think that is going to be awesome. And then Wednesday night is Polka with Angie Crete and the Polka Tunes. They're going to put on a great show for you. This is a return trip for them. Katie Lynn and the Corkers are coming in after that on Thursday. And then we have Mark Villadal with a select number of people coming in, and they're going to perform non-polka tunes. So we'll get it all. Joe Cockson, if people want to get a hold of you, they can find you on Facebook, just Joe, Cockson, and you've got a fan page there that they can log on and send you a message and maybe even get a CD, and you can do all that by just electronically messaging him.
Thank you for having me.
You did a great job, Lois. Thank you for coming. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. It's 10 o'clock. It's time now for news.